Hi, Goes family. Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you guys have an amazing and exceptional day. Enjoy being alive and all that great stuff. Today's topic I'll be talking about Barbados, country within the Caribbean, and all the great opportunities that Barbados has. I've never been there, but I've seen great pictures, heard a lot of great stories from people that have been there. I myself cannot wait to go to the Caribbean and check it out myself. But, hey, 2020 has been a year of a lot of major adjustments, challenges, and for some cases a lot of sorrow, unfortunately. So if anybody who has suffered because of today's virus or because of any other reasons, anybody who's passed away, definitely rest in peace. I got nothing but respect for people, and one thing that 2020 has taught me is to never ever take any moment in life for granted. And you might not be living the life that you want, but you are living your best life because you're alive. And that's all I can say about that. And with the past and most recent stay-at-home orders throughout the world, more and more people have a lot more time on their hands than they would like. However, in my personal opinion, there are two main things/categories that people can fall into when they have a lot of time on their hands. One category is that people can get into trouble by doing crazy things that are pranks, binge on entertainment, or do things that are against the law. Definitely advise against that. The other category is that people can become really, really productive in many ways, such as education, business, learning a new language, etc. I definitely advise that. Keep it positive, be productive. There's no time for slouches anymore in today and tomorrow's economy. Whether you all believe it or not, there are a lot of opportunities out here, and with the right mindset and attitude, one's life can take them to places that they never thought they would actually go. Being rich in life is one thing, but living the right lifestyle holds a lot more power for the millennial generation, my generation, than having a big home or having a nice car or even having a great job with benefits. Now, a country like Barbados is offering, great opportunities for the right people with the right mindset. Now, this incentive isn't anything new, but it's great all at the same time. Isn't that beautiful? Wouldn't some of you love to wake up to this every day of your life, or a couple months out of the year? Hey, opportunities are abundable and are just being created even more so with the stay-at-home economy. Now, this incentive isn't anything new, but it's all great all at the same time. Lots of people dream of living a simple life on the beautiful island paradise like Barbados. A lot of people would like to live in Puerto Rico, and they do, or live in Cuba, or live in Haiti, or live in Jamaica, or live in Hawaii. You know what I mean? Everybody would love that island lifestyle. You know what I mean? Grenada, the list goes on and on. Okay. And this fantasy in the COVID-19 economy can become a reality for a good population on Earth. Remote working has become the new norm throughout the world due to the COVID-19, and Barbados is planning on turning their beaches into new outdoor office spaces. Even the thought of this kind of lifestyle brings joy to me. I know this brings joy to a lot of other people all at the same time. And I would imagine if and when this is implemented and when this works, I have a funny feeling that a lot more tourist destination islands are going to create this kind of incentives. Not forever, but for a short period of time, to have people to bring business back to their islands and whatnot. And hey, you never know. This might be considered the new norm. Or maybe if they might give people more tax incentives to reside in their island or territory and whatnot. And that gives people more incentives to want to live there and whatnot and get away from the regular rat race, hustle and bustle lifestyle. Hey, people live a lot longer lives when they live a life of more comfort and less stress. You know what I mean? But because one of the reasons why people are so unhappy, and this is definitely true in the DMV area, and unsatisfied with the current lifestyle, is because they are living paycheck to paycheck, or even if the finances are in order and growing, the community that they reside in doesn't bring joy to their lives and isn't by any means enhancing the quality of life in any shape or form at all. Now, let's get into the guidelines of this wonderful and growing Caribbean country. Barbados is set to introduce a 12-month Barbados Welcome Stamp, which would allow visitors from overseas to stay for an entire year for free at Barbados resort and work remotely. So yeah, you get to live a lifestyle like this for 12 months or a couple of months and whatnot for free. Hey, you might save some money. You spend some money on some food, you enjoy the outings, and you never know. You might like it so much, you might end up buying a place down there. Hey, I would imagine it's a little bit cheaper to live in Barbados compared to other places in the United States. Now, Barbados is, with this being said, hey, you'd be able to work remotely, according to the speech that was actually made by the Prime Minister, Mia Amor Motley, last week. People can come to Barbados and work for a couple of months at a time, go back and come back, she stated. I think that's a beautiful thing, because especially the biggest thing with the millennial generation, and I quote, is that we're not big on status quo, and there's nothing wrong with status quo, but a lot of people aren't big on it, and a lot of people want to be able to live a life that's considered outside of the norm. You have a lot of people that move to places like Mexico and Costa Rica, moving to Ghana, moving to Nigeria. You know, you have people moving to the Philippines, you know, Singapore. You know, a lot of the whole norm thing is becoming a thing of the past, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that with a lot of people. My mindset is, hey, when you wake up in the morning, you want to wake up with purpose and whatnot, because when you wake up with purpose, you can give back in so many ways. For example, my mother has a big heart. She loves to give back to people, even when people like to try to be like a leech and suck her dry of her good spirit and whatnot, you know. But she lives a life of purpose. That's her purpose, by helping people out and trying to guide people, the younger generation, and things of that nature. And I think that's great. You know what I mean? Me personally, I like to help people as much as possible, but if you become a leech in my life, hey, that takes away my purpose, so it's not going to work for me. All right, but I think this is a great idea, because just like a lot of states such as Oklahoma, Maine, Kansas have given incentives, just like Barbados is given, like, you know, and those incentives can be $2,500 or more if you have a remote job and move to a specific state or city. I know Oklahoma was doing something like that, or paying off one's college tuition if they decide to move to that state, just like Maine. And I said, this is smart. You got to give people, like, especially nowadays in the online economy, you got to give people incentives to want to reside in your state. If people have choices, like I always say, you become more dangerous the more choices you have in life. It's not about, to me, you're rich when you have the lifestyle that you want to live. You're rich when you see your family enjoy life and you help set them up and whatnot and make life easier for them. And you make life easier for yourself, you know what I mean? So I think that's another form of being rich. You know, I talk about money all the time, but there's a lot of people who have millions of billions of dollars, trillions of dollars, and are very freaking miserable because they're not even living the lifestyle they truly want to live. One, and two, they're not surrounded by the people in the community that they want to be around. And that's what this really boils down to. You know, being rich, in my personal opinion, is not only just making money moves and having your money right and your money tight, but it's being around the right people, engaging with like-minded individuals who not only you can uplift, but they can uplift you all at the same time. You know what I mean? That's passion, that's love, and that's what life needs to be all about, no matter what state, city, or country you live in. If you're around people that bring joy to your life, you're around people that you can learn from, and vice versa, they can learn from you, then I think you got a winning family, you got a winning team, you got some winning friendships, and that makes you not even feel like you're working because you're surrounded by talent, you're surrounded by conviction, you're surrounded by purpose, and that's what you want to be surrounded by. Because if you're surrounded by hate, negativity, and bloodsuckers like leeches and whatnot, then your lifestyle will, no matter how much money you make, no matter how big your salary is, your lifestyle for the most part will pretty much suck. I'm just going to call it like I see it, you know. And I think in a lot of places in LA, in New York, in Washington, D.C., in Atlanta, people are miserable with their lives because they make a lot of great money, but they're not living in a community. They don't even freaking associate with their neighbors, you know what I mean? They're not a part of any community organizations. They're not engaged in projects that helps make the community better. All they do is they go to work, they come home, they sit in front of the TV or their cell phone, and that's all she wrote, you know what I mean? And to me, if you're not trying to contribute to make a place better and whatnot, in a sense, you can become a bumper on a log. And to me, no matter how old you are, you want to be as productive as possible. I've seen people in their 70s and 80s that they might not be working, but they're volunteering at specific organizations because they're passionate about what those organizations do, whether it's a church, whether it's a nonprofit organization, but they love the community that they live in. They believe in the community that they live in. They believe in their family. They believe in their friends. That's love right there. And we need more of that. And I think when you help set up a life like that, then you don't always have to vacation from the life that you have. You know, don't vacation from your lifestyle. Create a lifestyle you don't have to vacation from. And that's what it seems like Barbados is offering people. So hey, take the opportunity and enjoy. You know what I mean? But anyways, like I always say, every city, county, state, and country have one thing in common. They need an increase in population in order to remain in existence. Another is with the increase of the work-at-home economy, or as I like to call it, the stay-at-home economy, more and more states and countries will continue to compete for individuals to reside in their states and countries. Barbados' existing economy depends heavily on tourism, which makes up 40% of their gross domestic product. Travelers spend up to $1.1 billion in Barbados a year. With today's travel restrictions, those dollars have been cut, and even popular tourism states like Florida, South Carolina, Georgia have suffered tremendously from a lack of tourism. Obviously, the islands in the Caribbean have suffered a lot more because people can't drive to them. That's why, just like regular working people have to have multiple streams of income, states and countries need to have multiple streams of industries in order to preserve their way of life, even though the program hasn't officially launched due to travel restrictions. So when this program officially launches itself and you enjoy the idea of having life on an island for a couple of months, then you may want to go check it out in Barbados, and you might see that they have some great opportunities there, and you never know, you might be able to create a home away from home, as they say. Always buy your little piece of paradise, man, because nobody else is going to do it for you. All right, family. So on that note, please do the great 3 free things: like, share, and subscribe. Check out the Karatbars International family, where we're basically buying gold. It's an opportunity to buy gold, save it, refer others. You buy a specific package that you see here, you refer others to do the same thing, and you can make money off of their gold that they purchase and the people that they refer as well. If you want to do it, great. If not, I understand. Negative comments, you get deleted and banned. I don't do negative. I don't do drama. I do business. All right. So on that note, check out the online store as well. Thank you for people who have and continue to support my small business. And just do if not, like I said, just do the 3 free things: like, share, and subscribe. And thanks again, family, for the donations on the Cash App and on PayPal. It's always greatly appreciated, family. And always remember, you can't get fired if you own the company. It's 2020 going into 2021. It's time for you to own something. All right. So take care, family. Have a good day. And as always, make money moves.